Hey everybody, welcome to a Monday edition of Cranky Motorsports. I ended up being on furlough again this week. It was a bit of a surprise to me, but it works out okay because I got time to do stuff. So one of the things I started working on today, I put some new sneakers on the front of my loader. These are Firestone 16 by 658 tri-ribs. I traded a buddy of mine for a set of standard D-Stone tri-ribs that I had stretched on a 6-inch wide rim. These have a much wider center rib, and obviously the tire's wider, so they're great for what I'm doing with this tractor. So that's just one of the things I worked on so far today. This is going to be a little bit of a disjointed video as I kind of talk about just a few things that I'm working on, putting side covers on tractors and fixing belts and sloppy clutch linkages and stuff like that. So that's what I got going on right now. Yesterday I purchased this turd. It's like, I believe, a 1977 Sears GT14 Very Drive. And it looks pretty ugly. Yes, it's ugly. It didn't look like this when I bought it. It actually has a Tecumseh engine that it came with, a 14-horse overhead valve motor. Well, this is my newest acquisition, a GT14 Very Drive, and I just heard it pop and run. I just stuck my stack on it just to hear it. You ready for this? And that motor runs really good. Like, started up first twist of the key. So I ripped the motor out of it. It came with two sets of what were they, Cub Cadet wheel weights. So that was really why I wanted it. Paid 130 bucks for this thing. I'm definitely keeping the motor. I'm keeping the wheel weights. The chains are okay. I mean, I don't need chains. I got like 10-15 sets of chains, and these ones are, the little latches that hold them on and stuff are messed up, but the rims are in good shape. I think they're 7-inch wide rims, so I'm going to keep the rear rims. And this particular style grill, I've always liked these because to me they look like an angry face. So I'm actually going to put like eyebrows in between the headlights, like angry eyebrows, and I'm going to paint teeth in here to make it look like an angry robot face tractor. And I'm just going to hang that on my wall because the bottom of the grill is actually broken where it bolts onto the tractor. It's got a big tear in the metal right here. You can kind of see it. So, and again, the Very Drive's not that desirable. I'm probably just going to sell the entire chassis for like 50 bucks or see what I can do to get rid of it. If nobody wants to buy it, I'm just going to probably take the stuff off it that I want and then end up junking the rest of it. Maybe sell some of the parts on eBay. I don't know. They're not really that desirable. Like I said, the steering wheel's broken. Obviously I took all the wiring and stuff out of it, so there's not really much useful stuff left except the drivetrain stuff. So if anybody wants it, it will be getting out of here. So I got a little bit of work done on my GT18. I swapped out the pan seat that was on this for this somewhat nice seat. I mean, seats are expensive, duct tape's not. So that seat, other than a couple of splits in the vinyl, wasn't in too bad shape. So $5 worth of duct tape, it's good to go. Probably less than that anyway. And then this tire, even though I had taken it off, unmounted it 2 or 3 times, put bead sealer on it, it still leaked. Well, come to find out, when I took it off, I tore the valve stem the last time it was off, but the inside of the rim was so rusty that I just didn't trust it anyway. So pulled the tire all the way back off, cleaned all the rust off. I coated the entire inside of the rim in oil, coated both beads in oil, and then tubed it. So the inside of the rim hopefully won't rust much more, if at all, and it has a tube in it now, so that tire should not leak anymore. So that's a little bit of an update on the GT18. I'm probably going to put that new 48-inch mower deck I got on this thing, assuming that the deck's good. I think it's good. It looks good. The mandrels are nice and quiet. And this tractor would actually be a joy to mow with a 48-inch deck because it's such a big tractor with the 20-horse owning and stuff in it. So that's a little bit of update on the GT18. My 69 Suburban diesel, I did some more work. I put the side cover on here. And I put the ignition switch and all the wiring in, and I stuck a battery in it. So now this guy's all, it's got its digicals all under the hood. and it starts with the key. So if you want to hear it crank over, cranks over nice and easy. So that guy is nice, good to go. And on tow mater, I stuck these big fatties that I had on my 68 Super 12 diesel on this right now, because the tires that were on this were the stretch tri-ribs that I traded for the other tri-rib. So got that done. Got the clutch all lubed up on this thing, put a new clutch spring on it because it was really not working very well. Put a PTO cover on here. So this guy needs a new drive belt. I have it on order, should be in hopefully later this week, but he's getting there. Not too much that one needs. I mean, I did the transmission and the gearbox on this not that long ago. They're all filled up with fresh fluid, so that's all set to go. Really the big problem with this thing, it felt like it was slipping all the time because the belt just wasn't engaging fully, and it was really because the spring on the clutch was not stiff enough. It was actually too long, so it wouldn't actually pull on the clutch, and the clutch linkage and everything was all stuck. So I lubed everything up really good. That one's good to go. So that's an update on him. This one I also put digicals in it, so he also cranks over with the key now, so I don't have to pull start it unless the battery dies. And both of these have charging systems on them. The 68 does not, which is why I haven't really worried about a battery or anything else on that. But that guy does not have a charging system on that diesel. So, and that's got now some skinny trailer tires that I had on the 68 over there. Those are original Sears Smooth tires. And I stuck these trailer tires on that guy, which makes it look a little bit more like a hot rod, where you had the big tires in the back like the white wall slicks, and then you had some skinny pizza cutters up front. So I kind of like the look of that guy. So that's where I'm at for right now. The mongrel in the back there, take you over and show you the motor for that guy. Hopefully my phone doesn't die. I got all the engine tins and everything like that painted up for the mongrel over here. I started putting the engine back together and then realized I forgot to order a new starter for that motor. So I placed an order for the starter on Saturday afternoon, I think. That just shipped out today, so that's going to be a couple days before I get the starter. Once I get the starter for that thing, I can slap all the tins back on, put an air cleaner on, coil, get that motor ready to go back in the mongrel. Then I have to work on putting the clutch assembly and everything else back in the mongrel. So that's where I'm at with that stuff for right now. So basically what I'm doing now is taking all my spare wheels and tires, all the tires that are like horribly dry cracked like this guy from sitting for so long. I'm unmounting all the junk tires off the rims, taking all the tubes out because I love saving tubes. Tubes are between, I don't know, 12 and 15 bucks a piece usually when you get a 23 by 850 or 1050 tube. So if you can take all the old tires you had back to about 68 and older, everything was pretty much tubed. So if you save all your tubes, as long as the tires hold air, you can put them in just about anything else. You can take an 850 tube, stick it in a 1050 tire. They're so thick, they'll stretch enough where it's not going to pop. So not sure what I'm going to put on tires for the back of this thing yet. These are very cracked, as you can see. And these are actually tubed as well. So when I pull these off, I'm going to pull the tubes out of these and hang on to them. Those are on 5-inch or 5.5-inch wide wheels. And these guys, these 23 850s, were on a 7-inch wide wheel. So I have a couple of extra good tires in the back of the garage. Maybe I'll put some 1050s on the back of this thing or something, but that's to be determined. But I'm going to stop here because my phone's about to die. I'm going to go charge it up. And if I get any more updates, I'll come back in a minute.